Drive home with me, Groovers. I couldn't think of a podcast to listen to. So I was like, well, fuck it. Let's be the podcast. Hey, it must have rained today or spat or something. There's a bit of crap on my shiny new windscreen. Fly with me. I don't know if anyone will join me, but I'm live if someone wants to come and hang out. Buckle up, kiddos. We're driving home. Hopefully there won't be too much traffic because all of the school kids have been already picked up. We are the staff. Hi. Hi. How are you? Hey there. How are you? Anywho, it's my short week, which means I've just finished my short week. And look, guys, it's light. It's 12 past 5. The days are getting longer. Spring is on its way. Well, it's still a way away, but it is warm and light tonight, Deb Tuttle. Hello, gorgeous. Hi, Anne-Marie. Can we get a weather update from the mainland? And be the start from further afar. What's the weather like in your neck of the woods? But yes, in the middle of a Tasmanian winter, those days start getting a little bit longer. And the weather has been, I would call it almost balmy of late, Deb. I was working on my deck and in the garden the other day in a T-shirt till like 4:30. Cold and rainy. Hey, Lee without a D. Cold and rainy. And yeah, what do you Melburnians say about Tasmania? It's fucking cold in Tassie. Have a look at this, would you? It was 18 here today. We didn't have the heating on in our building, and our building's cold. Like the rivulet runs underneath our building, so our building can be like an icebox. But we didn't need heating today because, yeah, it was balmy. It's meant to be cold for the rest of the week, I think, Deb, but I love it when we get these little bursts of spring-like weather. I'm not reading chat at the moment. I'm watching a very busy road full of cars go past me until I was actually in Victoria Street. It's named after me, in case you're wondering. Oh, Ozzy, hello. Twice in one day. I was going to listen to a podcast. Driving. Oh, use the crossing, mate. Seriously? There's a dude with a full-on plaster cast on his left leg, and he was going to jaywalk, and admittedly limping down to the traffic lights. You know, he's got 20 metres or something to walk, but a nice sunny day in Queensland. Anne-Marie loves Tassie. Beautiful sunny day in Brizzy. But come on, guys, this is Hobart. Like, we got up to 18. Look at the sky. And it's light. Those wintry days, you probably don't get affected as much by wintry days as we do. Like, usually in winter I leave in the dark and return home in the dark, but leaving work and it's light. Yeah. Yeah, baby. Fucking love this shit. People are out in their leisure wear. I mean, come on. You don't wear your leisure wear when it's 5 degrees. Not without a Tassie tuxedo, aka a black puffer jacket, Can't read chat right now. I hope you're all having a good little catch up in chat. The green light fairy is looking out for me tonight. But I'm not upset about it. Our lights are in sync, by the way. Because Hobart's primarily one-way streets, the major arterials, once you've got a green light, you can drive the whole way up them. Fucking genius. Tony Martini's your favourites here, if you do say so yourself, Tony. But welcome, Groover. I'm just excited that I'm leaving work and the days are getting longer and the sky is getting lighter. And meanwhile, on YouTube, everyone is still doing their Groundhog Day days of our YouTube lives. Round and round it goes. God almighty, the return to school traffic this morning. You notice the difference. When I was a young whippersnipper, my brother and sister and I used to have to walk to school 17 miles, knee-deep in snow and barefoot. But children of today climb aboard a gigantic four-wheel drive, and it's just them and their mum usually, who's usually got an unfortunate shade of pink lipstick. And the school traffic ritual is to block every road in and out of the city for as long as you possibly can. And there are many strategies you can apply to make that happen, like insisting on dropping your child right outside the school. And God damn it, you will block that traffic for as long as you can. It's fucking insane. I've got to just chat, guys, because we're moving and we're also about to go over the big bridge. I called it the coolest client we've got today, 71, and she quoted Janis Joplin in the first 3 minutes that we were speaking. We discovered 1984 is both of our favourite books, and I said to her, you won't believe this, but only yesterday on YouTube, I was chatting to my fabulous community about how much I love the book 1984. And I had the best chat with her because she was well-educated, well-read, had an impressive vocabulary, and I love having conversations with people who have fabulous vocabularies because it makes me focus on the vocabulary I'm using as well. And I start saying words that I adore that I've stopped saying for a while because I just haven't been in conversations that have warranted extensive vocabularies. I find that quite exciting because I'm a fucking English language nerd. And I just adore her. She's had such an amazing life and such a fabulous career, and she got struck down by a very young manager who's very ageist. And she's got fight in her. She's been to the Human Rights Commission. She's not letting this go. She's like a little dog with a bone. She's bloody awesome. Oh my God, I love her. I said to her, oh, look, if I have a day where I'm a bit light on clients, I hope you don't mind. I'll officially call it like I'm just checking in on you, but because we don't bill our clients, you can chat to them for like an hour and let them tell their story and listen to their stories and get to know them. It's pretty awesome. Trust me, there are other clients that I nip in the bud as quickly as I can. But this chick was amazingly wonderful to talk to. Yes, the oversized four-wheel drives and the mothers with the pink lipstick and their little tiny child on the back seat with a backpack bigger than the child. And they just come from every direction and block every road imaginable. And ugh, bring on school holidays. The countdown's already on. For all of us, we're like, get off the road. Life is amazing as a commuter on school holidays. It's like the best thing ever. And then they all went back to school today, and it's like, kill me now. They're back. Hopefully I'll get to crawl at some point and have a look at chat. And hello to anyone rolling on in. But I'm focusing. This highway can be a blessing or a curse. You get some crazy driving on this highway. I got to pay attention. But I know that you guys are all awesome and you'll just end up chatting about something. Someone will come in and tell you something and you'll all be onto it. Hey, Hendo. Quick glance. Saw you've rolled on in. G'day, Gruber. So some of you were in my live this morning and we were talking about a new name for batshit, and Scott suggested Hold My Beer, and there was a lot of celebrating in chat and everyone loved it. And as predicted, I told Finn and he, nah, let's keep working on ideas, he said. And I'm like, we don't need to. We've got a winner. And I had such a busy day. I had lots of clients. I said, I can't, like, this is not, I'm not getting paid to do this. Let's chat later. So tomorrow night on Batshit, I'm calling all of you, if you're available, to come into chat and just say nothing but hold my beer over and over and over again until he concedes that it is indeed a great name for batshit. So that's my call. I'm recruiting you guys. I mean, we could do a batshit poll and get people to vote. We're changing the name of batshit, possibly. Part of me wants to just see if things change if I start doing YouTube shorts. And someone said this morning, why don't you just start putting up clips of batshit? But shorts have to be in a like a vertical frame, like when you're looking at your phone, same as TikTok. So you have to actually screen record from your phone and the quality goes down rapidly. But I'm going to experiment. But yeah, he's not convinced. But I also feel like as the channel owner, as much as it's our show, it's part of my channel. It's not the entirety of the channel. And I need to like the name too. So I'm not agreeing to anything he thinks is awesome if it doesn't suit my brand, you know, or our community. But yeah, I'm predicting there's going to be lively debate during batshit tomorrow night because he's not sold on Hold My Beer, even though we all are. And I think it'd be hilarious if you guys all just rock up and just keep saying, Hold My Beer, listen to this story. Hold My Beer, there's a crazy fence-loving lady on the loose in Prague. Like, Hold My Beer, I've got to go and watch this animal attack a dumb human. Oh my God, I've got my stories already for tomorrow night. For some reason this week, there's been a series of news stories about tourists being fucking assholes and getting reprimanded for being assholes and then getting all sulky and offended and saying, I'm never going back there again, even though they have totally disrespected another country's culture. We're never going back there. And London collectively said, you fucking beauty. Don't come back here, you assholes. I can't handle people getting like super sensitive and emotional because they get reprimanded for some bullshit thing, and often offensive thing to another culture that they've done. It's like, where's your self-awareness? Thanks, Hendo. Yeah. I mean, I liked Ludacris was another suggestion, and I quite like that. And Finn suggested Bonkers, and I really like Bonkers, and he suggested it, but for some reason isn't saying, cool, let's just go with Bonkers. Hi, Turtle Dove. Better you're half asleep than me while I'm operating heavy machinery, aka driving. But yeah, I mean, I feel like saying to Finn, we don't need to debate this for days because you've mentioned the name Bonkers, and I really like it. Let's go with that. But he's like a little dog with a bone on this issue. So tomorrow night on Batshit, I am going to have to take my patience pills, aka pour myself a strong rum and ginger beer, lashings of ginger beer, because it seems that this new name for batshit is becoming, I'm investing more time in it than I do in my paid job. Not, I did do my paid job today, but my point is I feel like the amount of time this conversation's been going on, I should be getting paid because it's just a name change. But yeah, Bonkers I like, and he suggested that, but for some reason now that's not. He had one that sounded quite serious. It was like, I can't remember what it was, but it was too dark and deep for my channel. I'm like, nay, it's got to suit my brand, like Batshit did. Oh, someone suggested, what are you doing? And I quite like that too, because I reckon if that popped up in people's timeline, they'd be like, what do you mean, what am I doing? And they'll come over and then they'll be like, oh my God, I've just stumbled on this great little show. I really like that idea too. But yeah, I thought quite liked, what are you doing? And it was really funny because I think it was Scott who suggested that too. And I was like, what do you mean, what am I doing? I'm putting on my makeup before I go into work. And he's like, no, it's a suggestion for the show. But yeah, I think, don't you imagine like if you're scrolling through the timeline and you see a live and it's called What Are You Doing? Wouldn't you be like, oh, I'm going to go in there and tell them? And then you rock up and you're like, what crazy game show have I stumbled onto? These people are hilarious. But yeah, Finn, I don't know why he didn't. I mean, if he suggested Bonkers, I said, I love it, let's do it. And then he's like, oh no, let's keep thinking. I'm like, well, I'm working. I don't have time to think about a new name for the show. Let's reconvene when I'm not at work. But man, it could take days, it could take years to get a name we agree on. It's like naming a child or a band. I sometimes think bands just end up with names that they don't even necessarily like. But when there's 5 or 6 people in the band, they're just sick of going, oh, I've come up with a great name. And everyone else is like, nah, I don't like that one. What about, no, I don't like that one. 19 years later, they're still fucking undecided. So one of them's like, fuck, we're just going to be whatever. The first thing I see, that's what we're calling ourselves. And we just drove past some traffic cones. So the traffic cones, yep, that's what we're doing. Let's go. And then the traffic cones become a world famous band. And in every interview, people are like, why the fuck did you call yourselves the traffic cones? Well, Your Honour, it took us 19 years to come up with that. Please don't question that. Just let the music speak for itself. I don't know if chat's frozen or you're all just so mesmerised by my never-ending monologue, or maybe it has become a soliloquy and none of you are listening now. That could be what's happened. I thought I was being quite funny. But yeah, brace yourselves. Finn is on the warpath. He wants lengthy discussions about the name of the segment. But if he is really firm on a name that I don't like, I need all of you in chat to be like, hold my beer. Finn just came up with a really bad name. Hold my beer. There's an elephant on the loose in a department store. Oh, Deb, you were with me when I went over the new bypass, though, weren't you? Guys, the water off the causeway, it's so still and clear and it's reflecting the sky. Oh my God, I live in a painting. Deb and I live in a painting, and the sunset's reflecting on the water on my left, but it's too far over for you guys to see it, but it's amazingly pretty. Deb and I live in a painting. Yeah, the new bypass is great. It's shaved off time until fucking school went back, and then the school mums mainly. There are some school dads in the mix, but primarily school mums have messed with our joy. Like, it was taking me the same amount of time to get into work as it does in off-peak traffic. Like, it was 35 minutes. And then this morning, suddenly the roads were all clogged and everything was crawling. And they're all probably going to bitch about it on Facebook and say, oh my God, I forgot the school. Like, I forgot we're back to school. I forgot how bad the traffic is in Hobart. It's like, it's actually amazingly good until you're all fucking on the road. The traffic was so bad today. It took me forever to get to town. You are in the traffic, mate. You're part of it. It's not you on the road surrounded by strangers in cars who've all just conspired to be on the road at the same time to make your life hell. You are actually the traffic too. So, you know, can we not? Rosemary, Marie, Mary, Jane, Saint Smitherton, Snodgrass, Smythe. Can we just lay off the blaming the traffic when you are the traffic, you dumb fuck? I can't believe you just mentioned them, Deb, and I managed to get through that season without embarrassing or shaming myself on social media or YouTube. But you'll be delighted to know that even though the Dancers Stedford is over, all the dance schools are still, pinging off their tits about the dance season and the painted babies, that they have all been posting millions of videos and photos and reliving the memories, and all the mums primarily haven't seen a dad do it yet, but all the mums are thanking the dance schools and the instructors and thanking them by putting up a shitload of photos and saying, thank you for the costume in this routine. It was my favourite. Thank you for this dance routine. She was amazing in it. Like, it's still out there. It's still a plague. And it will continue till next year when they paint their babies again. But I behaved myself. I did not get into any arguments online with any dance moms by offending them by commenting on how their children look like tiny little hookers, because in the past when I've done that, it hasn't ended well. I don't regret it either. No 3-year-old should be strutting around on stage in a crop top and fishnet stockings, ever. And more makeup on them than Tammy Faye Baker. I understand the reason why people wear makeup on stage. But you can do it without fake eyelashes and fucking bright red lips and revealing outfits. I mean, there's painted babies in outfits that are like little bondage outfits, little leather and stud outfits. Are you kidding me? And I just casually said, oh, I've got a heap of 5-year-old hookers on my timeline right now. All the dance mums came from every direction like they do in the morning traffic. How dare you? Dance is so good for our children. It teaches them social skills and rhythm, and it's a sport. And we all love it. Yeah, great. Not disagreeing with any of that. I used to be a dancer. I did ballet, I did jazz ballet, and I was damn fucking good at it, I might add. But you know what I wore? I wore that little blue tutu and the little pink tights and my little pink ballet shoes and maybe a little ribbon in my hair. And that's what I wore in every performance. And then when I did jazz ballet, we wore black leotards and black tights and little ballet shoes. And there wasn't a boob tube or red lipstick or fishnet stockings anywhere to be seen. And the really good dancers won all the prizes in the Eisteddfod without having looking like little street workers to get the medal. I mean, that whole G-string bikini thing, I'm half expecting them all to, do some sort of beachy dance routine and come out in little G-string leotards. Like, I only saw the very end of 60 Minutes the other night, but they did John Benet Ramsey, speaking of painted babies. And yeah, I didn't see much of it. I saw like the last 10 minutes of it, but they were interviewing John Ramsey. And I only get nice vibes off him. My little hinky meter doesn't get nasty vibes of John Ramsey at all. I wonder if anyone else feels the same way. I mean, I used to be really into it. I've studied it, and like the ransom note was one of the weirdest things I've ever read, I reckon. And the whole, is this a big fucking cover up? Sort of, alarm bells ringing. Watched interviews with the Sun. Like that ransom note having the exact amount of money that John Ramsey was getting as a bonus was a bit coincidental. But I didn't get a bad vibe off him, but he could be just the nastiest person around who's just got that likeable demeanour. I don't know. But I've never really... I want to watch the whole episode. The bit of him at the end was nice. What do you guys think with John Benet? What happened to that poor little thing? And, that foreign DNA aspect of it is really the smoking gun, isn't it? Foreign DNA on her undies and her little tights, like her pajama bottoms. It's such a puzzling tale. Damn, now I want to know what you guys think, and I can't read comments, but you don't believe the brother or the parents did it? The brother's interview was weird, though, the one that I can't remember who did it, but it was kind of weird. But he might just be a, slightly weird kid. I mean, I don't know. How do you get over your child, your little baby sister dying? And I don't know, it's just also weird. And there are people that have, combed through every little bit of evidence and theorised, but so many theories. I think the reason it's such a captivating case is that there are so many theories and they're all feasible. But I'm keen to watch that full interview that 60 Minutes Australia did, because I want to see John Ram earlier in the interview. Now it's getting dark in front of me, but in the background there is an orange sunset in full bloom. Because the sun's setting behind me, obviously. But it's very pretty. But yeah, that's my summary of John Bonet, or not my summary, but my theory. It's captivating because lots of different theories have been put forward and a lot of them are feasible. There's a lot of different scenarios that could have been the one. No, I agree, Weird is not a murderer. And also, anything like that you watch, you've got to be, and which is why I want to watch the rest of the 60 Minutes episode, because editing, and I'm not saying editing to manipulate what a person says, but as soon as you edit anything, the context of whatever's been edited does shift, or you can put questions that you gave, questions and answers you got at the end of an interview at the start, and in that context it's a very different interview, and most people are not comfortable being interviewed with a frigging camera in their face, let alone a microphone. And then if they've got creative editors who whack in some emotional music and sweeping scenery and lots of photos of John Bonet, like all of that impacts how you perceive an interview as well. But it is baffling. It's a baffling tale. But from what I could tell from that interview with John Ramsey, he was sort of saying that the investigation is, and always has been, ongoing, and DNA evidence is really being scrutinised at the moment. But John was also asked a question about why information isn't being put out there and why it's not progressing more quickly, and his response is, I don't know, and it should be. So yeah, I might have to deep dive back into that little tale. She was so gorgeous, though. They were showing really candid photos of her with her dad, like not all made up, painted baby off to a pageant. Just casual photos of her with her dad and little family snaps. And her beauty just took over the photo. Like, you couldn't look anywhere but at her. I mean, she was absolutely stunning without all that crap going on. But, whatever happened to her, she deserved a long and happy life, and someone put an end to that. And I kind of like, if John Ramsey is innocent, then it's really the responsibility of the cops to work this story out and put an end to it. Like, it's horrible that her mum died without any resolution. I mean, if she did it, then... But that's what breaks my heart about the Beaumont children in South Australia. Both of the parents died without knowing what happened to their 3 children. That's just horrific to think about. Oh, did you see that German backpacker murder case? Simone, is it Schmidl? Someone's been charged with her murder 17 years later. The German backpacker who was murdered in Lisbon. You can never give up. I think the cops stuffed it up too, Ozzy. I mean, even down to the fact that it was Christmas time and they would have had a skeleton crew working. They probably would have had a lot of junior cops working because, when you're a junior in any profession, you're the ones that have to work over Christmas. Yeah, they did. I agree with that too, Ozzy. That's why I'm a bit vocal about these dancer Stedfords. It sort of, I mean, I'd never tell people not to put on their own social media, but I just see some of those photos and think there's pervy fuckers on social media that are loving the shit out of all of these photos right now. It's one thing to be proud of your child, but don't put every friggin' photo you have of them. They're all doing high kicks and splits and all sorts of shit, and I'm thinking, and they're wearing little seductive outfits. I'm going to take you to see the sunset. I missed the spot that's amazing, but I'm hoping it'll be nice from down at the jetty. So hold on to your hats, groovers. It's still happening, but it's... You were saying weird about kids dressed up snotty. That's all we've been chatting about. Yeah, just hold up the traffic as you do. Oh, he might have had to have got out and opened up his gate. I'd be putting in an electric gate if I lived there. Open as you're coming around the bend and boom, in you go. It's kind of a really busy corner to have a driveway on. Okay, let's see if I can show you a little bit of the sunset, what's left of it. It's very pretty. This isn't my usual sunset viewing. I was driving home the other night and the sunset was so gorgeous that I went down. There's like a little road down to a boat ramp further around the corner to get some photos of it because it was just like to get photos of this. It's so pretty. And it's actually one of my thumbnails in the last week. Oh, we're just going to see the end of it. It was still glowing orange 5 seconds ago, but you can't fuck around with sunsets. Oh, it is literally the end of the sunset. Can you see it? It's So pretty. It was bright orange literally 2 minutes ago. And then the sun's gone behind the mountain now. So this is just the sort of leftovers, but it's very pretty. It is bloody stunning, Deb. It was really bright though, like literally when I came around the corner just where we stopped to let that dude in his driveway, it was still bright orange, but it's very pretty. The sunset, sunset, over the beaches, beaches. Anyway, there you go, Grievous. Showing you the sights and the sunsets. So yeah, tune in tomorrow night for batch Grievous and be ready for Finn. I've got so many appointments tomorrow. I'm not working, but I've got a lot on tomorrow. And he'll be messaging me all day going, have you thought of some other names? And I'm like, I like Bonkers. I like Hold My Beer. And I like, what are you doing? Can we narrow it a little bit and maybe do a poll? And let the Grooveroonies decide. And he'll be like, nay, I wish to debate this till 2075. And I'll be like, well, good luck with that. Ping this in the bud, I'll be saying. I'm going to go down to the spot I went down the other night, even though the sunset's nearly gone. It's more of a sweeping view than we just had, but is it worth going down? Yeah, why not? But yeah, it'll crack me up if you guys are coming to chat and you're like, hold my beer, is this batshit 35? Hold my beer, is this a story about an annoying tourist in London? Actually, I don't know. Look, let's just go off road for the hell of it. And if we do get an amazing last dying moment of the sunset, then it will be worth it. And if we don't, we've just had a little off-road adventure. Well, it's not really off-road. We're on a road, but it's a little dirt road. Someone else is down here, guys. It's really pretty. Oh, Garovers, look at it. Oh, look at that. But yeah, literally 5 minutes ago, it would have been this huge array of bright orange. This is such a pretty place. Deb's appreciating it, and she lives here too. It's so pretty. I do go on holiday soon, Ozzy. Next week I work Monday and Tuesday from home because my boss is amazing, and she was very thoughtful when I said, look, I'm about to go on my bucket list holiday, and although it is costing an insane amount of money, even if it was costing a tenth of what I'm paying, I'd still be heartbroken if I caught COVID in the week before I go. Could I work from home? And she said, you can. So Sunday is my sister's, it's not her actual birthday, but she's going to be in Western Australia when it's her birthday a few days later. So we're having a little family gathering. And then after that, I'm pretty much going to have a house full of supplies, and I'm going to minimize my reasons for having to leave the house, other than going for a walk on the beach and possibly to the gym. because there's one class I can do at the gym where there's one entire wall of the gym is wide open, like fresh air, and we're on bikes and they're all spaced out. And I feel like it's the least likely class I'll get the COVIDs in, but I'm going to basically bunker down as much as I can. And I've already put a few friends on alert that any social invitations will be declined, because I would be so gutted if I got COVID right before I go and I had to go into isolation and miss out. And yeah, the money part of it, obviously it's a bit of an investment holiday, so I don't want to lose that money. But even, like I said, if it was costing a tenth of the price, it's about going on my first holiday in over 3 years and being a little bit excited about that. So I'm being super cautious, because Australia is doing really badly with COVID at the moment. Our report card is shocking. Per capita, I think we're the third worst country in the world at the moment with COVID. It's fucking everywhere. So even though where I work, hey AJ, oh yeah, enjoy. Although I'm about to head back up this little dirt road because I don't want to block the people that this car belongs to are heading towards me, and I want to be able to let them leave. But yes, so that's what I'm going to be doing, and people might go, "Oh, you're being a bit overly cautious and conservative," and I'm like, "Well, I know way too many people who've been about to go on holiday and get COVID and can't go, or people who get to their destination and they catch COVID on the plane and spend their entire holiday in a hotel room. So, you know, I'm just taking a few precautions because I don't want to be that person on fucking TikTok going, oh, my holiday. I'm stuck in this fucking hotel. Mind you, where I'm going, if I had to spend 7 days there in ISO, oh, I couldn't afford, I mean, I could barely afford to be there for 2 nights, but 7 nights, yeah. Well, not if I had to pay for it. I'd be screwed. I would have to sell my house or, mortgage it again. So, yeah, I don't want to get stuck up there if I've got to pay to be there. But I wonder what happens actually with a place like that, where people have literally saved pennies for 2 years to be able to go there for 2 nights. What happens if you get up there and you catch it, and you've got to isolate? Do they have to foot the bill? Yeah, it's frigging everywhere. And I mean, there's no view for you down here at the beach, but it's always fun to come down here and ponder while I finish my ciggy. Yeah, COVID is just having a field day in Australia, and it's stretched our health services, and they're already stretched in at the best of times. But the directive from the federal health spokesperson, not the Minister for Health, but you know who I mean, the whatever they're called, is for employers to let their staff work from home if it's feasible, just to take the pressure off all the hospitals and try and get on top of this fucker. Because the advice at the moment is pretty much do not get sick with anything right now, because you're kind of going to be screwed over if you do. Look at you, AJ. I'm going to have a look at the appeals of both of them, and also do the Australia versus Amber Heard stuff. But yeah, if we get a live broadcast of the appeals, you bet we'll be watching that. You're very creative with your hit the thumbs ups. But I hope everyone has a great night. I'm over the moon that I've just finished my short week at work, and now admittedly, I have got quite a lot on in the next few days. But I'm getting my booster, my fourth booster, and my flu shot, the double whammy tomorrow, and then we'll be doing batshit tomorrow night. And like I said, Groovers, if you can make it, and if Finn's going on and on about the name, everyone's just got to keep coming in and say, hold my beer. Because I thought Finn would love it and he doesn't. But Finn doesn't even love bonkers, and he came up with bonkers. So, I'm expecting typical Finn. Let's debate this till the death. I am going to have a great holiday. Have a bath in hand sanitizer. I'm definitely having a bath. I probably won't go live only because I don't want to. This sounds awful, but I don't want to chew into my holiday time by being live. Like, I want to experience the experience, which includes doing fuck all in your luxurious pavilions and just enjoying everything about it. Like, a lot of it is doing fuck all because you eat so much food, you need to go into little food comas and stuff. But I will get some photos and I'll pop them on my community page so you can get a taste of where I am and what I'm doing. But a very big part of my holidays is leaving my phone behind. Yeah, hold my beer, please and thank you. I can see Finn's going to get very razzed up tomorrow with that shit. I reckon we'll end up doing a poll. I'm going to say to him, look, Finn, we get everyone to vote on the winner of the Golden Batshit medal, so let's get everyone to vote on the new name too. I might have to drop the link and someone can come up and be a mediator. I can foresee drama. Because that little Finn he's like a little dog with a bone. When he's hot on a topic, as you've all witnessed, he don't let go easily. So yeah, it's going to be interesting. But I will give you some little sneak peeks into where I am. But it's very unlikely I'll go live because I'll take my little tripody thing with me in the off chance I do feel inspired. But I'm also up there with a couple of friends, and we're going to be doing a lot of stuff together. We've got lots of activities, and I've got like 2 hours in the spa and all kinds of shit going on. So going to Sapphire, AJ, up on the East Coast. You don't want to see me during my holiday. Fair enough. I don't want you to see me on my holiday either, especially when I'm in the spa and I'm naked. I might go live after the spa and I'll be like, guys, I'm blissing out, man. That was amazing. But yeah, Google Sapphire with 2 Fs, not Sapphire like PH Sapphire. Yeah, I know. I know. Wow. It's my first time. And the boys said to me when we're checking out, you'll want to book a pavilion for next year. And I was like, I already know that this is going to be every 2 or 3 years because until I get a partner or, until I have a lover who's actually around and able to come with me and has that sort of money to split the room. Because even when I rang up to pay, the guy said to me, can we get the name of your partner or companion? And I said, it's just me. And he was like, oh, wow, okay. And I said, yeah, I know. Us single people have to pay the full fucking... Because it's expensive if you split it, but it doesn't hurt if you split it. But when you're on your own, it's like, ouch. But I would have spent way more had I travelled overseas twice a year for the last 3 years. So, that's how I'm looking at it. I used to spend about 10 grand a year on overseas travel on average. So when I look at it that way, it's a fucking bargain. But it's also bucket list. I mean, anywhere in the world that offers absolute relaxation and gluttony at the same time, yeah, I'm there. Well, I gave a kidney to stay there, Deb, so no, I'm stealing that for me, Deb. Sorry. Mm-mm. Every drop of every toiletry is coming back to my house. On this occasion, no. For what I've paid, no. I'll buy you some shampoo for $10 at Coles. I'm even being gluttonous about the toiletries because apparently the toiletries are extraordinary. So that's like the trend. I mean, I'm going to have an amazing time. I'm going to eat incredible food. I'm going to drink incredible wines, and I'm going to feed Tasmanian devils, and I'm going to learn how to shuck oysters while I'm drinking champagne, and I'm going to go to a cooking class and a mixology class, and I've got time in the spa. But at the end of the day, the toiletries are really the gift with purchase. That's what you get to take home with you as your a little reminder of your stay. But I mean, I don't blame you for asking. But on this occasion, the answer, no. It's mine. It's all mine. Shall we gate crash? Good luck with that. Yeah, I learned how to shuck oysters at Barilla too, AJ, because I actually didn't choose to do the oyster shucking. I knew the boys were going to do it, but when I saw another thing that's included is connection to country or something. It's not maybe not connection, but it was you go with this Indigenous dude Mick and forage, and you learn about all the edible natives, which I really wanted to do because I know down here there's so much stuff that we could be eating and cooking and doing fun shit on my channel with. And then you get to sit around a little campfire and he tells you a few yarns and you eat some damper and some bush tucker. But he takes August off every year. Oh, this shampoo isn't stolen. They encourage you to take it with you. And the boys said, even if you've washed your hair on the first day and you don't need to use the shampoo and conditioner, just take it because they replenish. If I get 2 bottles, I'll consider it, but it will depend on the size of the bottles. If they're 30 ml, you're dreaming, Deb. I mean, the boys said they even take the soaps, like everything is just so beautiful. But Sapphire expect you to because you pay, a quarter of the price of a tiny house for 2 nights up there. So they're not going to get a bit upset if you nick off with their toiletries. Whereas when you stay in the cheap and cheery hotels, they get very upset when you take their shampoo, which is the same shit in the sachets in the kitchen to do the dishes with. No, there's no damper to be had because Mick's on leave. But oh yeah, we actually Barilla Bay opened when I was doing breakfast radio. We were there for the opening. But that included, they showed us everything. We went down to the little oyster nursery and saw all the little baby oysters. And we learned how to shuck with the mesh gloves. But with the oyster shucking up at Sapphire, they put you in waders and you wade out into the water with a glass of champagne and learn how to shuck. And I'm going to say to them, I'm quite happy just to supervise this. I mean, how can you not? Well, I wasn't going to actually do the oyster shucking with the champagne because of the other thing, the call to country, but I opted for well, I didn't opt, I had no choice. But the holding a glass of champagne in waders out in the water appeals, whether or not I'd be happy to eat the oysters they shuck. But me and sharp knives, I'm going to make some damper over my fire pot soon. During my leave, I've got a few different things we're going to cook on the fire pot. We're going to do damper, s'mores, and a hot toddy. And the damper is a cheesy damper. And I'm going to wrap it around sticks and hold it over the flames. And we'll just do a couple of marshmallows for the hell of it. But Barilla Bay is still kicking ass. But there's so many oyster farms closer to me. Like, although Barilla Bay is on the drive home, Bangor Oyster Farm is just down the road and it's amazing. Tassie oysters are fabulous. Bruny Island are my favourite. But yeah, there's no shortage of oyster options in Tassie, as you know. The north has just got a flood warning, the North Esk River. So down here it's calm and balmy, and up there it's pissing down by the sounds of it. Hi, Scout. You're so cute. You always say hi to Sunny. I'm about to head home to her and feed her. She's going to be beside herself because, I mean, I am going away for 2 nights, but my neighbour's going to be feeding her and giving her attention. And I'm feeding her cats for about 5 days coming up too. But I'm working from home next week. So Sunny's basically got me, except for the 2 nights I'm away, at her disposal till the end of August. Oh, yeah, Dunalley oysters are great too. And again, just down the road. There's so much great food on the peninsula and also over Barilla Way, Coal Valley, all of that. It's good. They're food bowls. But yeah, Sunny's going to be getting a lot of mum time, but I'm also looking at going to Adelaide in August for about 4 days. So I might see if I can get a house sitter because I feel like 4 days is, you know, one day too many to ask someone to feed her. Although I've got some friends, I feed their cats all the time. They'll probably do it. But I feel for Sunny it'd be better if there's someone actually staying at my place for 4 days. But my niece might come down and hold the fort. But yeah, Sunny's going to get used to me being at home again, and then I'm going to have to deal with the sad Sunny when I start going back to work in town. Don't work too hard, AJ. We'll see you hopefully tomorrow night in batsh, or if not. But yeah, brace yourselves, everyone. There could be a bit of a debate with Finn about the new name. We'll see. Sunny is going to be delighted to have me at her disposal, but then as soon as I've got to go somewhere, I'm going to get the sad face. I found a place the other day, or today, or last night. It's not far from here. Where it's like a little tiny house, but it's kind of it's a bit bigger than a tiny house. But if you lived in it permanently, you'd call it a tiny house. And they let you take your pet, cat or dog. And it's down where my sister lives. And I was thinking, oh, I could take Sunny down with me for a night or two. Although every time I left to go for a walk or something, she'd probably be fretting. I don't know. I don't know what she's like. I don't know what her past was like, if she used to mooch around in the car with her previous owner or what. I mean, she certainly was comfortable in my car the day I took her home, like brought her home, and she got out of her carrier and was loose in the car. She was very comfortable. Sitting on the passenger seat next to me looking up over the dashboard, and I'm thinking, Who are you? This is my new buddy. Sonny can always video chat you. No, she's a good little mooch, that one. I'll go home and give her dinner and, yeah, but she's got me basically for the next 4 weeks, except for the 2 nights I'm away and when I go to Adelaide, but she's going to have a lot of mum time, which pleases her to no end. But only when she wants attention, of course. Like if I want attention, no. God, she was in a bad mood 2 days ago. It cracked me up. I was like, please wake up tomorrow and be nice. And she did, but she was revolting. I mean, I just let her do her own thing because I got the impression she was going to be horrible to me, whatever I did. But I'd go to pat her and she'd pull her head away from me and she tried to bite me and it wasn't like love bites. She was really jacked off about something. But at least she didn't take it to the next level that Biscuit used to, where Biscuit would start attacking me for no apparent reason, and I used to have to put on knee-high boots because she'd climb my legs like a tree. She hasn't taken to the harness like Biscuit did. But Biscuit had lived on a 100-acre farm before I got her. I mean, she'd been in 10 lives for nearly a year when I rescued her, but prior to that, she'd lived on a 100-acre farm and she was the boss of the farm. So she was sort of used to being out and about, whereas I think Sunny's always been an indoor cat. And, yeah, I've got her a really cute little, like, denim harness. It's like a full body one that you wrap her up in it and then the leads attached to it. Yeah, she won't even let me put it on her. And she's got a little black, like a little sort of elasticy one that I've tried to put on her as well. No, not interested. The one time I did get it on her and I had the door open out onto the deck with a really long lead so she could come out and potter with me, but she couldn't jump up onto the railing. And I'm on stilts anyway. And I was sure she wanted to come out on the deck and she got on, like I had a Papasan chair cushion that Biscuit used to love that was at the end of the table, and I left it there after Biscuit died and she took to sitting on there as well. But after a while, I got rid of it because it was just taking up space. I'm trying to minimise, and it was like, it's not bringing me joy. It's just giving them another place to stop. But she ended up getting into that and just sitting in that and just watching me out on the deck. She didn't actually come out. And the 2 times I took her out just to have a little wander, she was trying to jump up on the railing and stuff, and I grabbed her and put her back inside, and I had paid the price. Like she was, that flying ball of fur and hissing. So, yeah, we've kind of given up on all of that for now. I think she's been with me long enough now and indoors long enough with me that she probably wouldn't even want to go out onto the deck with a harness or not. Like, I'm not going to try it because she's still fast and she can still jump a lot. But I just, like, if Biscuit had somehow managed to get off the deck, which I doubt because it was such a big jump down onto the ground, not to say she wouldn't have tried it, but if she had she had sort of smarts about being on the land and other animals and stuff, but I think Sunny would be clueless. It would worry me if she got out because she's intelligent. They both, I mean, Biscuit was very, very smart. Sunny's very smart too, but Sunny's also got Alexis Rose in her. She's got this sort of a way with the pixies. Like, she'll tell me she wants to play, and I'll go, okay, even though I'm trying to cook dinner or get changed or whatever I'm doing. And so I'll drop everything to get down on the rug and play with her. And then halfway through, well, not even halfway, a minute into it, she suddenly sees something out the window and just sits there staring out the window for ages. And I'm like, do you want to play, Sunny? What are you doing? And she's just gone off into Sunnyland. Oh, she's got heaps of spunk. She's got many opinions, just like her big sister. They're 2 most opinionated cats I've ever met. Lots to talk about. Sunny didn't make a lot of vocal noises when I met her. when she first came home. She didn't, like, she's got a tiny little meow, but she wasn't a very chatty cat. Biscuit was. Biscuit was telling me everything about me from the second she moved in. But over time, with me chattering away to Sunny, she's become a real chatter. Like, she says hello and everything now. Like, I'll get home and go, hey, gorgeous, and I get that meow. But yeah, she's also become incredibly opinionated. Whatever she used to just think about me, now she tells me a lot. Sunny is super fast. But yeah, both of them have a lot to talk about. But it could be because I chat to them a lot too. But Oliver was not very vocal. These two are chatty. And I know when, like, it's so funny, isn't it, how animals, when you do communicate with them a lot and they start chatting to you, like, they know what tone to use to get their point across. Like, I know when I'm being told off. There's no ambiguity at all. It's very clear that she's pissed off with me and I need to know all about it. But she also chats when she wants to say she loves you too. Like, she says nice things too. Like, when my sister visited the other night, she was on my bed and Ange went in to say hi to her and she said hello. And then Ange put her head down near her and she gave her a little kiss on her nose, and like Sunny gave my sister a kiss on her nose. Yeah, it is precious that she chats, but most of the time her chats are opinions about me and how much I suck. But the loving little chats are cute too. Like, I'll be like, do you want dinner? Meow. We've got lamb tonight, your favourite. But speaking of her, I best get home and feed her, and I'll see you Groovers tomorrow night for Batshit. I've got too much on tomorrow to go live, but during the day, but there'll be a live about the Johnny and Amber saga soon, and I've been trying to bait a scammer, but they're all, I don't know. I don't know if they're aware now that people are baiting them, because they're working me out really quickly and blocking me. But if I do find one, we might have a bit of scam baiting fun over the next few weeks and all of that good stuff. But I'll see you all tomorrow night, or not all. I mean, if I don't see you, I'll see you all very soon. Have a great night, everyone, or day, whatever you're up to. And until next time, stay groovy, because you are. Looking forward to batshit too, Deb. Thanks, Scout. Yeah, Kip Ogre and I had a conversation once, Tony. It's one of the highlights of my life. Your cat tells you off all the time, a grumpy old man. Yeah, Kip Ogre's great, but I do romance scammers. I do a slightly different type of scam baiting. I think I'm quite good at it too. It's always good fun, I can tell you that much. Bye, Hendo. See you all again soon, Groovers.